right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We missed last week due to Jeremy's absence.
COVID.
No, you had other stuff going on. Don't lie to the viewers. You're busy.
Anytime now I can't make it somewhere, I'd love to. COVID.
Should have got the vaccine.
Should have. Well, I got 4, but they're recommending some new boosters.
Oh, are they?
The ones yet.
Part of the Boosters Club myself. Yeah. Jay, Rich, and Jerry, we're here with you. Trail Whispers podcast on a Thursday afternoon. Fun stories, chiropractic care. Life's an open book, so sit back in your chair. We're walking down the trail of life, so come along. With Trail Whispers podcast, you can't go wrong. Yeah. So, we're glad to be with you. Jeremy's currently texting right now. This must be important.
Must be important.
So, today I got a text message from a guy named Adam I used to work with at FedEx. You remember Adam?
Oh, I remember Adam. He lives out there on the golf course off 30.
He used to.
Used to.
And then he moved to Orville, and now he's in Smithville.
Okay, so he stayed true to Wayne County.
He's a Wayne County boy through and through. So he texted me today and just said, "Hey, did Blake's dad die?" And I just saw Blake's dad yesterday, perfectly healthy and whole. So
Tell him yes.
I said, yes, he did. It was unexpected. I know Blake would appreciate some encouragement right now. So he sends this text message and says, "Hey, I only met your dad a few times, but he really seemed like a great guy. And I know he loved the Lord, and you guys are in our family's prayers right now." And Blake's like, "What is this about?" Apparently he made a Facebook post about his dad like going back to the mission field to Moldova, and he said, "Yeah, gonna miss you, Dad," or something like that. And so
Dude,
I just
as
soon as I saw the text, I was like, once in a lifetime opportunity, I have to say yes.
Oh yeah.
So I said yes, and then I gave Blake a heads up, and I was like, "Hey, this just happened, by the way." Just sent him a screenshot of the text. So he thought that was funny. So then Adam calls me like, "What?" And I was just dying laughing. I was like, "Dude, once in a lifetime, I had to do it. I'm sorry." And apparently he was like texting everyone we used to work with at FedEx and saying like, "You hear about Blake's dad? He passed away today unexpectedly." So then all these people are thinking this. So it was hilarious.
That's where I love your thinking.
I just couldn't resist, you know? And then Blake called me for a while and we chatted for a bit. So I feel like the topic of biblical masculinity comes up all the time.
For you. Well, you've been struggling for a while now.
To be masculine? Yeah. Because I'm a transgender male.
Justine.
Yeah. But no, so I saw this new movie this past weekend. Lacey and I went with the kids to The Forge. Have you heard of The Forge?
Never heard of it.
It's made by the Kendrick brothers, who made Fireproof and Facing the Giants and all those Christian movies.
Have you seen their one, Show Me the Father?
No.
Dude, it came out during COVID. You've got to watch it.
Is it on Amazon?
I believe. It's unbelievable.
Show Me the Father. Okay, I'm writing this down.
Also Kendrick brothers, not to be mistaken. I know Mark Wahlberg's in like something Father.
Oh, so, yeah, okay.
But anyway, it's The Forge.
Yeah, so this movie, and have you seen War Room?
I have, but it's been a while.
Yeah, so War Room, there's this black lady that's the character, and her husband is like being unfaithful on her and all this stuff, and so she meets this older black lady, Miss Clara, and she teaches her how to pray, right? And so they tie that story into The Forge, so it's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and so what it is it's this kid, just like this punk kid, 19 years old, like his mom's like, you gotta find a job, or you're like, you gotta go. Like, you just can't lay around on the couch and play video games all day. You gotta find a job. So he's like riding his bike around, walks into like this factory that makes like fitness equipment, and he's filling out an application, and like the owner of the company comes out, and he doesn't tell him he's the owner, and he's just like, how's it going, young man? Good. What can I do for you? You work here? He's like, well, I'm the owner of the company. And then he just like crumples up his application. He's like, well, I was applying for a job, but you're not going to give me a job now. So he goes to get on his bike, and he's like, hang on a second, let me talk to you. And so basically he like does a mentorship with him and just says like, before your shift, twice a week, like, I'll get you breakfast, come in here and we'll talk. And so he just disciples the guy basically, and
Dude,
the kid ends up getting saved and everything. So it's super cool, such a great movie, and then all the changes that are happening in his life, and just really a awesome movie. And The Forge is like this group of men that meets every 2 weeks, and they just share kind of where they're at in life, what the Lord's been showing them in their devotions and things, and just keeping each other accountable. So then he gets brought into the Forge with all these men that are way farther along in life than him, but then they're all like, we're going to help you, kind of thing. So it's really cool. Yeah, so, yeah, because Blake and I were talking about biblical masculinity. I saw the movie, and then you had mentioned it as well. That preacher talked about that. So it's needed, man. We need more men to be men.
Men to be men.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
Do you think that the artist, were they from the 90s, Boys to Men? Do you think they ever
became men? Ever made it from Boys to Men?
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I was kind of, and I still am, like, as far as music goes, like, I just don't know anything.
Yeah, I just know their name. I couldn't tell you a single song they sing.
Yeah, I couldn't either. Boys to Men. Oh, man, I'm tired. So, let's do some life updates. And then we've got some segments here.
Yeah, I got a list of segments. I got tons ready to roll. Quick update for us. So the baby's about 5 weeks away. So we will miss. Well, you know what? Probably won't miss. My wife goes into labor. I could probably make it over here, do a quick podcast, get back.
I could come to the delivery room.
Or that could happen too.
He's crowning! Anyways, this segment's brought to you.
So baby's coming soon. We're super pumped for it. Kids are excited. We're excited. It's... My wife's a warrior. Yesterday, of course, she was like, she hasn't been feeling good, so she's trying to sweat out this. She always gets a real bad head cold right near the end of pregnancies. So she's been trying to sweat it out. So she walked 2 miles in the heat yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then today she mowed the whole yard, and I was outside doing some work, and she's doing some other stuff. And I'm like, you just don't like to sit still. Take it easy. I'll try to push her to sit still, but she's just plows. She's like an ox.
She's got some kind of ADHD, maybe like myself.
Could be.
Yeah.
She's got that laser focus.
I have a hard time sitting still, even though, like, a lot of times I'm not actually accomplishing that much because I'm not, like, organized in what I'm doing. But I'm just, like, I can't sit still.
You're moving.
But I'm not necessarily getting everything done.
I've noticed that because if we're standing outside and having a conversation, you're almost pacing. Your body's
pacing.
Always moving.
Yeah. Always moving. I don't know. I've always been that way. So.
You think when you're dead you'll be moving?
Oh, yeah. Keep me moving, baby.
Just kind of. Dude, how funny would that be just to have some sort of like a thing underneath of you that just kept your body just kind of like rotating?
Look at him. He can't sit still. He can never sit still. Even now, he can't sit still. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. So, that's our life update. I don't think there's anything else
Baby coming 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're super pumped.
That's awesome. Yeah, life update here. We've been really into pickleball.
Nice.
So I've been playing.
I saw you got a Friday pickleball. My wife showed me you got the paddle.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. You want to see it?
Yeah. Shout out to they're one of our sponsors.
Yeah. I'll
Friday
grab it here.
pickleball.
It's in the car.
Shout out.
I'll grab it. It's right outside.
How about I time you? You think? Let's see.
How fast I can
Hold
get
on
there.
a minute.
All right, viewers.
Everybody take a wild guess.
I do have a hurt foot. Let's go over under in the comments.
I'm going to say...
Pause the video and comment what you think it's going to be.
All right, I'm going to guess you're out there and back in 15 seconds.
15?
15.
I'm thinking 28.
Oh, that long.
Well, to get there and back, I got to make sure I find my keys.
All right, ready, set, go. All right, what he doesn't know is I am going to go lock the door. So we'll definitely get 28. I'll just sit down right here and just wait a minute till you hear him. Locked out. Who is it?
You can't lock me out of my own house. You rascal.
No, your keys are stuck in the door. All right, you got to get back to the table.
Whew. What are we at? A minute?
Not
57.
too bad.
That was locked
57
out. All right, here it is. Friday
This is
pickleball.
I've actually never held a pickleball paddle.
Feel the grip on it?
Dude, I like this. This feels good.
Yeah.
So, have you had another pickleball paddle, or
Yeah.
what do you think of theirs compared to the other brand?
A lot better.
This one's better?
100% better, yeah. So it's, I don't know, like the grip, they use like this tennis grip on here
Yeah.
instead of just like some cheap other stuff. So that's really nice. The way that it feels good. It's nice and light. And then the grip is important because when you want to put a spin on a ball, that just like grabs it and spins it up.
The other one doesn't have that.
No, it doesn't have a grip. It's just like a plastic or paint.
Just a, for our sponsors as they're listening, because I know you, before I've actually a picture of you filing your nails, just a recommendation. Maybe take this grip for the top. So in between
Nail
matches,
file.
little nail file. You could be up there filing your nails.
Yeah. We'll put this on display here.
Friday pickleball, dude. That's so cool that it's cool that they decided to sponsor us.
Unofficially, but yeah.
Unofficially, but
Unofficial sponsor.
I'll put the big fella right there too.
Yeah. So
Holding it up.
you can get pickleball paddles for less. So, and if you're just getting into it, I totally understand that. Going on Amazon and picking up a cheap set of paddles.
But how much is a cheap set of paddles on Amazon?
So to get something somewhat decent, you're probably going to spend $30-$40 to get just like 2 paddles and a set of balls or something like that.
And this you're getting 2 for $99.
Mm-hmm. So it is more. Yeah.
It's kind of like the MacBook.
I would say do it if I was going to get into it because it's $99 for a new hobby. That's super cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're getting something that's great. But I noticed a difference in it, and it was fun. It's such a fun game to play, man.
I gotta
it's
get
so
out there
fun.
and play it. I know I'd like it.
Yeah, you're running, but
Mhm.
it's not a ton of running because the court is smaller. It's pretty fast paced, like you're just like hitting it around and stuff.
Nice.
It's fun. And then like you could play, like I played with both my boys. Played with my mom today. Like Lacey and I will go play together. And even if you're not keeping score, if you're just like hitting it back and forth, it's still just fun.
Exercise.
And then we were there playing. Lacey and I were playing. There's an older couple, Jeff and Sherry, playing next to us. And I just like, hey, you guys want to play a game? And so we played them in 2-on-2.
Did you guys win?
No, we lost. So, but
That's cool though.
it was a point of contention, but it was fun. But yeah, it's
Your
a fun.
competitiveness.
I do get competitive, man. I do. Like even we were playing Mario Kart this weekend, and I thought I was gonna lose, so I like stood up, like over here on the side to like get closer to the screen to like see like every move that I'm making. And I was like, whew, I did not think I was gonna be able to win that one. Hold it out. So, yeah, it's fun.
I'm just trying to picture you on the pickleball court. That's one of those fascinating things. It's kind of like, for me, watching you with the hacky sack. I just can't picture your body on the tennis court or a pickleball court.
I can do it, yeah. Do the hacky sack, too. I was actually doing it this weekend. So
that's something that needs to come back. We could talk about things that should come back. I think a hacky sack needs to come back.
It's just a great, you
just
get
hang
in the
out
hack circle.
Yep.
People kicking it around. I just feel like everyone's so busy. I'm busy. I know you're busy. But just like, I don't know, our culture as a whole is busy. Like, we really don't have any just like, chill out, calm down. We're always in a hurry. I have to catch myself when I'm at the store and stuff, like talking to people, because I just want to go right in and just tell them what I need from them. But I'll stop myself and be like, I'm so sorry. How are you doing today? Just like try to stop, So.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people used to just sit on the porch and play the banjo.
Yeah, sure.
Smoke a corncob pipe.
Yeah.
I agree with you, though. The hacky sack is something that you're not doing with your phone. And you're having conversation with people. And it's fun because you can get people to join in outside the circle. Because I know I think you and I have been in on some circles where just an outsider would just pop in and jump in and...
Yeah, you're just talking, what's your name? Whatever. So, yeah.
Hacky sack needs to come back. Actually, I talked with a guy I go to church with. His name is Jeremy as well. And we were talking about hacky sack at a recent get-together. All of our kids were all hanging outside playing on the playground. And I'm like, we need a hacky sack. He's like, you like the hacky sack? I'm like, oh, yeah.
They sell them at Walmart now.
Are they the knit ones?
No.
Okay.
They sell them there. They're like I don't know if I have one. It's similar. I had one floating around here the other day. I was doing it in the kitchen with my kids. Oh well. But yeah, it's just like the pouch filled with the stuff,
With the beads?
I don't know what these ones are filled with because I didn't open them. But the ones I bought for my boys have sand in them. I don't know where they're at. But those are the best. You can get a sand one on Amazon for like $10. So, but it's just fun. I got one when I was a kid. I was probably in like 3rd or 4th grade. And I got one for Christmas in my stocking. And I thought it was like the worst gift. And so I think my mom or dad said, like, put it in your backpack and do it at the bus stop. So I did. And that's how I learned to hacky sack. So I just do it every day at the bus stop. And got really good at it. So the viewers might not believe me, but comment below if you want to.
Can you throw a little video of you doing like 100 in a row? You think you can get 100 in a row?
I can definitely get 100 in a row. I did it at the office one day. Comment below if you want a hacky sack video. I'll make one for you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna comment below.
You should. I'll get my all-time record's 484 consecutive is my record, personal record. So. Yeah.
Dude, that's hard to believe.
Yeah. But, yeah, slowing down. It's important for us to slow down. We're always rushed to go places and do things. And it's just like, sometimes we don't need to do anything. I need to get more in that mindset. I'm trying.
Do you ever find it's interesting when you talk to people and do you feel like people almost need to tell you that they've been doing something to, like, almost appease themselves? Like, hey, what have you been up to? And they almost need to give like a report. Because if they say nothing, are you going to pass judgment like, dude, what a loser. They literally do nothing. They just hang out and sit on the lawn chair.
Yeah, if I was just like, hey, what'd you get into last night? And someone said, no, just hung out in the yard. That's great, man. It's awesome. Yeah. Like, you don't need to go somewhere, go to a store, go do a thing in order to impress me. So...
Dude, I will say this. So, and people, whatever they want to do, they can do. But I love, and I know your pace of life is always going to ebb and flow. But I love our pace of life, truthfully. I feel like we have a good pace. If we're doing something, it's typically always together. It's typically like an experience or it's something just that we all are wanting to do. We're going to go to the park and then we're going to get ice cream, or we're going to visit someone to go spend time with them or something like that. And I always want to maintain that and not get into this wheel that a lot of people get into where my kids are in 3 different sports and we're doing, all these different things, and your life is like everyone else telling you, here's how you're going to spend your night.
Yeah.
And that sounds selfish, but man, I love, like tonight we had dinner. My kids wanted to do our some little beef bowls, and we just sat on the trampoline.
What is in a beef bowl, per se?
Beef, seasoning, butter, and put a little bit of cheese in there. Nothing special.
Little beef
they
bowl.
love it. They love it.
Down on the farm, have a beef bowl.
So we're just sitting on the trampoline, and I'm like, you know what?
That's good.
If all my kids were in some sort of like extracurricular activity, we'd probably be on our way back home from a practice right now.
Yeah. And I made a Facebook post about this, but it's like less than I think it's like 0.1% chance that your kid has to be as a professional athlete. Less than 0.1% chance of them being a professional athlete. So it's like you're having them run around all night for no real long-term gain. And usually when you talk to people that are older that played sports all the way through and up through high school and everything, they say like they wish they wouldn't have because now their knees are hurt, their back is hurt, they tore their ACL, their meniscus, whatever. There's a guy I work with, and he's like, I wish I wouldn't have played football because he has knee problems in his 30s. Mm-hmm. For what? He didn't go to college for it. He wasn't pro. He didn't make any money. It was just playing football. And you didn't, and then on top of that, you're so busy. So it's like these kids have a next to no chance of being a professional athlete, and then you're just running them around all the time. Mm. So it's like, yeah, it's fun. And we have fun playing basketball outside, me and my boys. And they play at recess, and that's fun. Play. Mm-hmm. But to play every night of the week, and then sacrifice things that truly matter, family time, church, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I've known too many families that have sacrificed that family time at the altar of having everybody busy. And there's a balance, because I think there's a lot of discipline, and you learn some good work ethic and teamwork. There's some value in that, and you can get it. But I think when you sacrifice and the family's never eating dinner together.
Right.
Or we're never doing stuff together because mom's there with these kids, dad's here with these kids. Saturdays, you're gone on a weekend tournament. I've got to take the other one to these things. It's like, is that really what God wants us to do? Mm-hmm. And it's just in our culture. I mean, you go to other countries. If you live over in Africa, I guarantee that problem doesn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, they're worried about drinking water.
I know.
So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I try to talk to my kids about that. Like, we're so incredibly blessed, and to whom much is given, much is required. God's blessed us so much. So let's make sure that we are sharing the gospel as we go out. Like, so important. So important. So,
dude, I had a high last week? End of last week? We were going to the grocery store, and my oldest daughter was like, on the way out, she was grabbing a tract, and she's like, she would made, I didn't say a single word. She made just the note, and she was like, hey, I'm going to get this tract, and I'll go hand that to the cashier when we go through.
That was
cool. Because we're going through, and she's still pretty shy, so she handed it to her, and the lady's like, oh, what's this? And she's like, it's Bible verses. And she's like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. And it was the $1 million bill. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I kind of felt like I wanted to say something. I was like, yeah, we're not, you're not going to retire. This isn't like a tip for $1 million or something. But I just engaged her a little bit, and we were talking, and it was interesting because then as we left, she's like telling Sophia, she's like, thanks for the Bible verses. Mm-hmm. Recently moved here from Columbus, so I'm like, hey, God's working in her heart.
That's cool.
So it was cool, but that was one of those highs from like...
Yeah. My daughter had, it's so cool to see that. Like, she grabbed some at church on Sunday and put them in my pocket and put these in the car. And then she took one, we went to the gas station, and she took one and put it in the bathroom. And it's just like,
awesome.
Hey, that's great. Like you're just learning little simple
Yeah.
things. This is how we're gonna get the gospel in people's hands. You know.
That's how her grandpa got saved.
Mm-hmm. Find a gospel track.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important.
Cool.
Let me. Yeah. So
Masculinity.
speaking of grandpa, I wanted to introduce a new segment called "When I Was a Kid." We haven't talked about any of this stuff. We were in deep, serious conversation before we started filming, and I really appreciate that. But when I was a kid, and just ... Yeah, so I'll do it this week. If you have something you can share. So this came up. My sister sent me a message, and she said, "Did you ever wonder how we did it when we were kids? Because we didn't have air conditioning in our house. Did you guys have central air?
No.
We did not have central air. And we had 2 window units in the house. One was in my parents' room, and one was in the living room. And so my room, my brother and I, we just had box fans. So there's box fans blowing, and you just lay there sweating. You know, no big deal, right? It's just life. So there was an AC unit in the living room, and how I have this doorway here, if you see this, my dad had put up a curtain rod with thick curtains. Thick, okay? And they would keep the cold air in the living room and not let it get into the rest of the house. So you would walk into the living room, and on certain days, it felt like an icebox in there. It was cold. And he had on some kind of History Channel program about like Stalingrad or some kind of Russian battle happening, and like you're just sitting down watching this black and white war take place on the TV, and you didn't dare say, "I want to watch cartoons," or "I want to watch this," or "I want to watch that." No, you just silently watched as Russia invaded. And so basically, I just wrote a phrase down. When I was a kid, my living room was like the tabernacle. There was this veil that separated us between the rest of the house and the living room. And if you could not just, like, we'd get in trouble if we were standing in the curtain area, like, to see what's on. It's like, get in or get out. Like, you're either in or you're out.
Because you're letting all the cold air out.
You're letting all the cold air out. Yeah, it's getting in the rest of the house. My mom's in the kitchen. It's already hot, and then she's got the oven on cooking. You know, and she's just sweating up a storm. And
your dad's ice cold in there.
It was ice cold. So
dude, that's unbelievable.
My sister and I were talking about that, and I was like, dude, that is a funny thing that most people probably can't relate to. Definitely not my kids.
No, mine neither. In fact, and I told him I want to do this, but I can't with my wife being pregnant now. So I might need to have her go out of the house. But I want to do a day where I shut the power off. No air conditioning. No hot water heater. We're just going to have to just dig deep. Shower's going to be cold. It's going to be hot at night. Just the fan might, maybe we'll get a fan going. Because I want him to appreciate all that stuff. And I think that it's easy to just, we're used to, like the other day, I don't go outside, it's too hot. I'm like, absolutely not. We'll shut the air off in here if you want to come inside because it's too hot. It was like, 79, 80 degrees outside. I said, you go sit underneath the tree. So I'm trying to balance that out of, what I was raised in and you were raised in was pretty extreme.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just the norm for that time.
I don't know. I remember going to my friends' houses and they would have central air. And I was just like, wow, this is so nice. Let's go to Chad's house. He has central air. There's this kid that lived up the street.
Probably had all the game systems,
he was an only child.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just like... Yeah.
See, it's crazy because all the houses I've bought as an adult have all had central air.
Me too. Yeah. I've only bought 2, but yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why our house didn't have it or why we didn't put it in. Because I also think, too, like... How much money were we spending with those fans running continuously on every single kid in each bedroom, plus the window units? I'm like, we probably were spending more on electricity than we were if we just had one condenser cooling the whole house.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, when I was a kid, I'm going to tell you a story. see if you can relate. We used to love how we would make a frozen slushy. We'd take a giant tube sock and we'd put like a Mountain Dew in it, and then we'd open up our window and we'd hang the Mountain Dew out in the wintertime and close the window on that sock so that the Mountain Dew is hanging outside the window. And we kind of knew, like, after a couple hours, bring it in. Dude, it was perfect. You'd crack that thing, slush coming through.
Really?
Dude, it was awesome.
I cannot relate to using the outside as a freezer.
That's what we did.
Wow.
Yep.
What made you do that instead of just sticking it in the freezer?
I don't know if we weren't allowed to, or there probably wasn't room.
Mm.
Yeah, my mom's always notoriously packed her fridge and freezers where there's like no room, so that's probably why.
Dude, that's funny.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that I can just see that happening too. Like,
yeah.
Put the Mountain Dew in the tube sock.
Yes.
Close the window.
And now kids today couldn't relate to it because they probably have like a fountain machine on tap in their bedroom.
Yeah, these kids, they're so soft.
So.
Yeah, it's a balance. Like, I want, like, I don't know, like my daughter, we're here this weekend and she wants to watch Spirit. It's a animated show about horses. And so here I am, 34-year-old grown man sitting on the couch watching Spirit run around and rescue other horses.
Do you tear up?
No, not at all. But I was just imagining my dad and like what he would be saying about this.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, like you don't like History Channel, you can leave. Like, yeah. Or I remember we just watched like I don't know, Mike Rowe, Dirty Jobs, stuff like that. You know, just like you learn some things, but it was just like manly things we were watching. So. Yeah, never any sports, but...
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I remember I used to want to watch sports, and my dad was not a sports guy. So I'd go into my room, and I'd listen to the Cleveland Cavaliers on the radio. I can still remember it. I was in the basement, I had a radio down there, and I'd turn on 1480, and I'd listen to the Cavs. So
yeah, that's funny.
Memories.
Yeah, those are good memories.
When I was a kid. That's brought to you by Adjust Chiropractic. So you might be sitting there, maybe you're a little tense or a little bit tight, or you're just saying, I've been meaning to schedule a chiropractor appointment. Now's the time.
Right now.
Right now. Give them a call.
They're open for a voicemail at this time of the night.
Yeah. Well, they'll be listening to this on Thursday. Oh, so... Maybe it's the afternoon time. I think they're open until 5 or 6. Give them a call. They're in North Canton area. Super nice. You're going to want to see Dr. Brian. They'll try to set you up with somebody else. Ask for Dr. Brian.
Hogwash. Just Dr. B.
Yep.
You might have to wait a little while, but it's worth waiting.
It'll be worth it. You head on in there today. Tell them that we sent you, and they'll give you $10 off your first visit.
And the code has changed because there are some recent personnel changes.
Mm-hmm.
The intern that was the most recent,
Leah. She left. She had Amish hands. They were very strong.
Yeah, so she's taking care of the Amish community, as far as we know.
Mm-hmm.
So that discount code is good for her chiropractic practice wherever that might be.
Somewhere
we don't
in
even know
the hills of Pennsylvania.
If you run into an Amish chiropractor named Leah,
that's who
you just say $10 off Amish hands, and she'll honor it.
Well, first you gotta say "Sprechen Sie Deutsch." She speaks Pennsylvania Dutch fluently.
But our friends at Adjust, they now have a new discount code that is good for, is it $10 off? Or is Dr. Brian, has he gone a little bit deeper?
No, it's $10 off.
$10 off?
$10 off, yep.
Code?
So, code is scoliosis. They want to help correct your back problems over there. So, code scoliosis, and they'll get you taken care of.
You got to spell it correctly.
Yep.
So.
Yep, I don't know how to spell it off the top of my head, but they
Speaking of
said
Adjust, any updates on your stretching regime?
Dude, I'm stiff as a board, as always. I got an appointment scheduled for this week, but I need to cancel it, I think.
Really?
Well, I scheduled it for Wednesday, and I shouldn't have. It's at 6, and I was going to pick up this kid for church. And so...
Have you gone since your first reading?
Yeah. I've been twice. My first reading. It sounds like a psychic. So, yeah, I've gone twice, and, yeah, they're stretching me out. No, 3 times. 3 times. So
What are the markers? Where are we at?
They haven't reread me. They'll reread me this month.
Okay.
Tell me what I'm at, So
you got a couple things to comment on. Over under on his time getting back to the table with your Friday pickleball paddle, and then we need to also guess. I'm going to say if you had 4 stretches, and the average person comes in and is at where?
50.
50. So you'll have...
I was 9.
9. I'm going to say you've increased, let's say 25 points. I'm going to say your age, 34.
Yeah. Probably not, but that's good. That's a nice guess.
Yeah, nice guess.
I really don't think I've increased at all.
You think you're up to like 10?
Maybe 12. Like, I think I'm seeing single-digit benefits here.
You think maybe they're tricking you and actually you want, like golf, you want to go down?
Maybe. You want to get less. Yeah, rigor mortis.
Sir,
no, but I'm just like
you're
so
at like
inflexible.
a -1.
I think that I would need to go every day for like an hour to actually see results. That's what I think. I don't think this is doing anything.
Really?
We'll see. They'll read me. We'll see.
Why do you say that?
I just, like, I don't know. I'm just tight. I'm super tight. Still. Like, I'm not feeling any looser. I'm actually feeling tighter. It's not their fault.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, my foot has been bothering me like crazy. So I have this plantar fasciitis in my left foot, which is caused from tight calf muscles. So it's messing up my foot. So like in the morning, I can hardly walk. It's ridiculous.
I shouldn't laugh.
So I'm wearing this compression sock thing right now on my foot because it just keeps everything tight.
Is it that blue one?
Yeah.
Okay, when we were sitting on the couch, I'm like, I think he's wearing compression socks. But
That's
maybe
what
they
it
just look
was.
like- okay.
That's what it was. Because my foot just hurts, man. So I bought these special insoles for my shoes. And I know, like, flat shoes are best, blah, 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 all natural. My foot's killing me. And so I bought these special insoles that are supposed to support the arc of the foot. So, as you can see here, viewers.
But do you want to support it or do you want to stretch it out?
You want to provide support to it right now.
What did Dr. B say? Did he tell
I don't know. I need to talk to him. But yeah, arc support.
Yeah, we
relief.
need to ask the doctor because I feel
we can
like
ask him, but these have helped. Like, I feel better. I think the goal would be heal it and then work on that.
I'd heard someone, and I'm curious if anyone else has ever heard this before, like with plantar fasciitis, that you actually want to sit there barefoot and you want to have like newspaper or something like that, and you want to like use your feet to kind of like ball up newspaper. I kid you not. Kid you not.
What the heck? That's messed up.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
I mean, what else would you... Because right now you're immobilizing it, right? Whereas the other is going to activate
So I'm not immobilizing it. I am, I'm stretching it every day, multiple times a day, stretching my calf. And then I'm using a massage ball and I'm like rubbing it on the arc to like stretch out that tendon. So I'm like pulling it tight and then I'm rubbing the ball on it to like loosen it. So it's a whole thing.
You think it has to do... Is it your right foot?
My left.
Left. Do you think it's because your left foot, with you driving a lot, you're just sitting still, you're like stationary?
It might be. It might be because of my morbid obesity as well. That might be playing a factor. Yeah.
You think you have gout?
No, it's not gout.
Okay.
No.
I know this comes from, a diet that's just rich.
No. So I don't know. We're trying to figure it out. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I didn't have plantar fasciitis.
No.
Did that even exist as a kid?
Kids don't get it.
No.
It's mainly for old people, honestly. So the fact that I have it is kind of strange. It means I'm really tight.
Yeah.
So told the people at the stretch lab, they said they're going to stretch it out. I haven't seen any help, but we'll see.
So they've tried, but... So if they can't get you above a 9 and heal this plantar fasciitis, then I think you need to just call their bluff.
Yeah, get my money back, sue them. Send Tim Misney down there. He'll make them pay.
Dude, have you seen speaking of, if you don't live around here, you need to come visit here, only for the sake of, He's so good at marketing on these billboards that I was telling Wilcox about this, I don't know, a couple months back. And I was like, yeah, talking about from a marketing perspective, I'm like, kind of, billboards, it works. I'm like, there's this guy locally that does this. And Josh had remembered from the time he'd been here, months before, seeing this dude's face on the billboards. Mm-hmm. Now he has the one, it's the, is it over on Wales? Where it's all the presidents' faces up there in the mountains.
Mount Rushmore, yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I seen
He's
that
trying to do each of their different looks. I'm like, dude, this guy's genius.
Yeah.
His marketing team is on it.
Well, some of the billboards, they don't have any words on them. It's just an up close of his eyebrow raised.
I love it.
And it's just that's I don't know. You're iconic at that point. You're like a Starbucks where people don't even need the words. They can just recognize the logo.
Just the face.
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy from FedEx years ago? My friend Schroeder and I went as him for Halloween one year. It's a guy named Doug Brond. Did you ever meet Doug Brond?
Yes.
He was like a powerhouse security guy.
Yes.
He was very Tim Misny-esque.
Yeah, he had and sometimes he'd dye his hair.
Dye his hair.
Yeah.
He always had the big class ring.
Yep.
Huge. Fresh with cologne and just always ready. The hand was ready to just go.
I remember that cat, yeah.
Every time I see Misny, I texted Schroeder the one time. I said, does this guy not remind you of Doug Brond? He's like, he's got to be related to him.
Yeah. I remember that guy. That was funny. So we were talking about diet with gout. Let me ask you a question. You don't eat bread.
No.
But if you did, okay? Let's say you're out to dinner. Let's say you get food to go. You're at a park. You're having a picnic. You got some bread.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're eating it, assuming that you eat bread and you like bread.
Mm-hmm.
You drop the bread on the ground. Are you picking the bread up and eating it, or are you going to throw the bread away?
Oh, I'd eat it.
Let's say you're sitting there eating dinner outside, and a fly lands on your food. Do you discard the piece of meat, or do you eat it?
I eat all of it.
I eat it as well. Viewers, please, if you're listening to this, we need you to comment below if you would eat it or if you would not eat it. Please, take this time and do that now. This came up in conversation because a fly landed on our bread. We got Longhorn Steakhouse to go, and we're having a picnic at a park. And fly landed on the bread, and
bread went to the ducks.
I'm not eating it. What do you mean? Flies are gross. They eat poop. So what? It's a perfectly good loaf of bread. What are we doing here? This is ridiculous. So I'm just blown away. Don't understand.
Bougie is what I'd call that.
Bougie, 100%.
Because you know what? I mean, here's the reality. What's dirtier? The person preparing that food and the environment at Longhorn, or the fly that's at the park?
Mm-hmm. Definitely the kitchen.
Yeah, I can't imagine that there's a good chance that big boy back there is sweating on that bread.
Mm-hmm. It's getting all of his sweat.
He could have been playing Candy Crush in the stall, forgot to wash his hands, and then he's packing up your to-go meal.
Yeah, I mean that's real.
That's very real.
Literally, the only thing that is ensuring the clean hands of the employees at the restaurant is a plaque in the bathroom. I always want to call people out. I wash my hands in public.
Okay.
And
you use the soap?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't?
No.
You just go water?
Just water.
At least you're doing something.
Yeah.
So people will not, they'll leave the stall and just walk straight out the door with their head held high. I'm like, you were just wiping yourself. What are we doing?
Do you know we're in a restaurant,
and you're gonna go eat your French fries. What else were you doing in the stall? You know what I mean? So then we're gonna go sit down and eat French fries now with your bare hands. That's disgusting. And I just want to come. I was in a restaurant. I was in a McDonald's, right? So I like when I'm at work, I like to stop in at Panera and sit and get work done in between appointments and stuff. Okay. Sometimes they're too full. Like, there's no seating room at these Paneras. And so I've been just going to McDonald's. Like, outlets at every table, and a Diet Coke's $1. So I'm like, I'll just go here. This is great. So, but there's this guy, walks right out of the stall, doesn't wash his hands, goes out, and I see him out there eating French fries and rubbing his kid's head with his hand. And I'm just like, this is gross. Like, I wanted to walk up to the table and be like, dude, you didn't wash your hands. That's nasty. But I didn't do that. But it's just, it grosses me out.
Dude, that's unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah, so you think about the employees doing that, and they got your food. They're bagging it up.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, if you're eating anything prepared by anyone, if a fly lands on it, what's the big deal? Who cares? I think it's probably something to do with how we were raised, too, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's probably a different mindset. I mean, everybody's different, but I think when you're poor, you grow up poor, all of that stuff, there's a different level of value and appreciation for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably harder on my kids because, like we'll buy, it's funny now because they'll start calling each other out on it. My son was calling out our youngest the other day. You cannot just throw that away and waste that food. Dad had to work for that, and you're wasting the food that God gave us.
That's awesome.
He's preaching to her.
Yeah.
And I was like, part of me was like, maybe he needs to gear down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, go get her. Go get her.
Yeah.
We're not throwing food out and wasting it.
That's awesome.
Because I'm like, and I was telling him, like, this is truthful. In another country, somebody would take that food you threw out, and that would be wonderful to them because they have zero food to eat.
Yeah.
So,
I was talking to my kids about, like, I just told them, we are so blessed. We live in the most affluent country in the world during the most affluent time in human history. We're the top of the top. For thousands of years, people were wishing they could be born in your situation. Mm-hmm. Even though we don't have everything and we're not rich, but it's like, look, you walk to the sink, you turn on water, you can make it hot, you can make it cold. You flush the toilet in your house and it works. You've got an air conditioner where we can set it to climate control. You walk over to that pantry over there and you can get sweets anytime you want. Like my daughter, I walk out and she's eating fruit snacks for breakfast. And I was like, no, we can't eat fruit snacks for breakfast, Ella. But it's like, you hear about these parts of the world where, people would freak out if they had a cookie or cake or something. And like these kids are like, do I want a honey bun or do I want a nutter butter? It's like we're just incredibly blessed, I
know.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I was showing the kids the other day. I forget how it came up, but an outhouse. What's an outhouse? And I'm like, it's where you go to the bathroom. And I said, so at nighttime, if you had to go to the bathroom, you're going outside to this outhouse. And then, of course, naturally, well, then what do you use? And I said, I don't know what they use. They may have used old rags, newspapers, magazines. I don't know what they used for, cleaning up, but said it definitely is. I said, think about the wintertime. You're out there in the cold going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're not sitting there playing a Game Boy.
No. My son will try to take his tablet in the bathroom. Like, nope, no tablets. No. Sorry, bro. Yeah. Sorry, they all call me, I'm bro. I'm like, no. Yeah. So, anyways,
that's funny. I got a. Did you have another segment you wanted to roll into?
Yeah, my sister. So this is something we want to open up to the viewers.
Yeah, let's go for it.
First of all, we had some comments, so I'll read. We had Jessica Brislin 12 commented. And she said, Juice is still the same guy, super low-key, down to earth, best brother. We have some fun memories back in the day with you guys.
So that's cool.
Same guy.
Juice is still around.
And she messaged me on Facebook, too, and basically said the same thing, and we just chatted for a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, she's super cool, and he's...
Juice is still the same. We should be surprised.
Guy. I mean, why would you be surprised?
Yeah.
Same dude. Still faithfully at the Altman Hospital. I don't know exactly what he's doing there, but still there.
Making an impact.
Something. impact.
I
So
wonder if he's known as, if they're like, hey, Juice, get in the office. We want to talk about, Juice's raise or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next question. So the next segment we want to roll out is something we want to do every week, and it's called a thought with
Thelma.
Thought with Thelma.
I got a thought with Thelma.
Well,
you want a question?
So what we want to do is we want to open it up to the viewers and the people listening. You can leave a comment, preferably on YouTube, but if you're listening on Spotify and want to do that too, that's fine. You can do that. But you can ask Thelma any question you want, and she'll answer it. So I guess what I should tell you too is, like, I've made up this whole backstory for Thelma. As I'm talking to my kids, they'll ask questions. Thelma, tell us about this. Tell us about this. Oh, when I was growing up, I had 7 brothers and sisters. I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters. And now Clyde, he was an only child. And things like that, So just, things like that. And so, anyways, my sister left a question for Thelma. So,
can I interject?
Go for it.
I think what would make this really good, the thought with Thelma, is you have a timer. Like one of those sand timers.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 60 seconds to answer the question as Thelma.
Yeah, I'd like to have 90 seconds.
90 seconds.
I feel like that's a little more reasonable. I need to weave in. Yeah, I need to just weave in a little bit of a backstory too. So, my sister, you want to ask the question to Thelma?
Yeah.
She's Rebecca Cannon there. And this is my first time reading this question, was tonight, like just a second ago when I opened this up.
Dude, this is great. All right, first thought with Thelma. Dude, I had a good one I pulled up too. But
you could ask another one if you want.
That's right.
Or you can save it for next week.
I'll save it for next week.
Okay.
Here you go. Stopwatch, reset. You can hit start, Thelma, after the question is asked. Hey, Thelma, where do you get your hair done? And what is your favorite type of hairstyle to wear on a Sunday morning to church?
Okay, Jeremy, so this is a 2-part question. So do I get 180 seconds for this, or do I still get the 90?
90.
Okay, so, Rebecca, thank you so much for asking the question. I really appreciate that. I guess so the first question was, where is it that I get my hair done at? So let me just tell you this. Without going into too much detail, I've been to a lot of hair salons in my life. And sometimes you get a hair girl, and she just messes things up and totally wrecks what you got going on. And I've had that happen quite a few times. And so I'm finally at a place now where I'm comfortable. My hair lady's name is Barbara, and she has a booth at the salon. And so I go to see Barbara, and she cuts my hair. And she also does some things to it. When I was younger, I used to get the cornrows and different things like that. But now that I'm older, I really don't do braids or anything like that anymore. Just because, honestly, it's kind of heavy. And it weighs on the back of your head. You'd be pulling yourself down like this. And so I try to keep it all natural. And so I usually get it cut definitely above my shoulders. And so it's been showing more grays recently, but I just get it cut and I get it straightened. And the second question is how you like to wear to church Sunday morning. And so it just depends, but a lot of times I like to wear a hat. It's important that I be looking nice. Clyde looks real good with his suits on and things, and I don't want to be looking like a scrub. Clyde don't want no scrubs. And so I make sure I got a matching hat usually, or some kind of thing to tie around. I tie around my chin there, and it also kind of helps to hide some of my chin fats. So that's all I got to say about that.
Thank you, Thelma.
You're welcome. It's a minute and 33 seconds.
Dude, that was impressive. So good. All right, then I have to ask you this question. You have to...
you doing another one?
Oh, another one.
All right.
Yeah, because this is in your wheelhouse. All right? So, this is... I think this might be out now. I'm not for sure, but I know it's recent within the last month or two. Despite the weird name... It's called the Grandma McFlurry. Surely you've heard about the Grandma McFlurry, Thelma. Despite the weird name, McDonald's new dessert isn't made from Grandma's. It's an ice cream treat made with butterscotch-like syrup and crunchy candy pieces, presumably meant to remind people of their grandma's butterscotch candies. I just want to hear your input on the Grandma McFlurry, and if you've tried it.
Jeremy, first of all, thanks so much for asking this question. I will tell you that I am a frequent patron of McDonald's. So I'm in there 3-4 times a week. So there's a McDonald's not far from where Walmart is, and I drop DeMarcus off every night at Walmart for his shift. He'd be working at Walmart stocking shelves at night. And so he was stocking a different department, but they moved him over to stocking canned goods because he's a strong boy with a strong back. And I said, DeMarcus, if you're going to be working, you might as well get strong while you're doing it. And so he'd be working there at Walmart at night stocking shelves. And so I go through McDonald's several nights a week. And sometimes I'll get myself dinner. Sometimes I'll just get a snack. And so a lot of times I get the McFlurry. But I'm a traditional girl. I always have been and I always will be. And that's something Clyde likes about me. And so I always get the M&M McFlurry. I think that's the best McFlurry. One time a few weeks ago, I went through McDonald's and I got a McFlurry from there with the M&Ms in it. And I swear, I don't know what was going on there. It says some kind of shortage or what. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. But anyways, I swear there was only like 7 M&Ms in this thing. I was freaking out. It was crazy. So I called a manager and I told her about it. I said, hey, this is what's going on. I'm going to be stopping back through or getting me another one of these. And so anyways, I have not tried to Grandma McFlurry, but I will tell you, I usually always have some kind of butterscotch candies in my purse. They're usually a Werther's Original. You know, I was joking with Clyde one time, I'm going to get a lower back tattoo with a Werther's Original on it. Something sweet. Something sweet. But I never did. I was just pulling his chain. I was just pulling his chain by that. But anyways, I'm not necessarily against it, but I'm more traditional. That's all I got to say about that. Again,
minute 33, you were on it. Man, those wheels go fast in your brain. Dude, unbelievable to watch.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as you told me about that segment like a week ago, I was like, dude, that's a genius segment. And I'm like, so if you time it, it's got to be really... Minute 33 is perfect.
Yeah, so, again, I don't know anything about them.
Did we get any other comments?
No, that was all we got.
How many viewers... Have we lost any viewers?
No, we got subscribers. We got 39 subscribers.
Okay.
Now we're averaging about the same amount of views. There's about 30 people watching.
Nice.
Dude, the one with my boys, a new chiropractor in town, had 107 views.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Most of them are around 30, 40, 50, something like that. So
okay.
As time goes on, I think some people get behind on them, and it looks like they just watch them in order, so...
Dude,
anyways,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's our goal, is to make some just entertainment for you guys, just good, clean entertainment. We're sitting at 57 minutes now, but try to stay. We'll try to stay about an hour 15. But I think it's just so hard to find just good, clean stuff. We're both Christian guys, and we value keeping things clean, keeping things encouraging. We'll talk about heavy topics if they come up. And then just know, too, like, before we turn the cameras on, a lot of times we're having heavier conversations about things in life, about our families, about our walks with God and things like that. But, we're more than open to questions. If you guys have questions, you want to leave us a question, we're here for you. Ask something, and we'll get back to you. So, yeah, what else you got?
Okay, surely you've seen this. I want you to read it. Can you pull up Google on there real quick?
Sure.
I want you to search. Let me search for you so that way you don't know what's coming up.
I'm going to refill my tea while I'm doing this.
Yeah, you are going to love this. I don't know how we've not talked about this yet, but... I think you're in for a treat.
One of my favorite things to say when I do the Thelma voice, my son DeMarcus, he's been working at Walmart tonight stocking shelves. That is so stupid. I love iced tea. So good. Dude, fall is here. Get the fall scents.
Yeah,
this one's called Farmer's Market.
All right, so...
smell that.
That Farmer's Market.
Get it up close. Doesn't it just smell peaceful?
It does smell good.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so we're both proud of the city
Kamala
we live
Harris.
in.
Oh,
Her too.
okay. Gosh.
She might be from Massillon. We don't know.
She seems like a champion.
Because I know there's a really good governor out in or mayor, Laurie Lightfoot.
Oh yeah.
Out in Chicago or something. She's from Massillon. She makes us proud.
Is she really?
She's really from Massillon.
Are you serious?
I kid you not.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And you like old school
We
sports.
should get a framed picture for behind us, like a huge. She looks like an alien. She looks like someone you'd see wandering around the streets of Massillon at night, or like standing outside the Massillon Walmart waiting for it to open in the morning. That's yes. Laura, if you're listening, thank you for being a listener, Laura. Thank you.
Dude, have you ever seen the lookalike with her and Sam Cassell, the point guard for the Houston Rockets back in the day? Dude, you've got to. Just
I'll
cruise
check it
around
out.
online later. All right, so this is just cool. I love this. I'm going to read you a couple reviews, and then I'm going to let you read their, just read a little bit more about them. It's a local business, so we're all about local business. Greatness in sandwiches and smoothies. Had a I Am Powerful smoothie after a long run and the I Am Strong chicken panini. Yum. Good people making you feel good. You walk out of the Greatness Cafe feeling like a better human. This is my first time in Massillon, Ohio, and I stumbled upon the Massillon Museum, and inside the museum is a cafe called Greatness Cafe.
This is real. Oh my gosh.
I have tried the I Am Unique smoothie, and it's delicious. The owner gave a great deal with giving me recommendations of where to go, what to check out, and the young lady at the counter helped me pick up a delicious smoothie. I will definitely be coming back to them while I'm here. So, I just like the fact that they stumbled upon it. I think there's lots of good stuff in here. I could go on reading reviews, but I came across this, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. I want you to just read. They've got paninis, wraps, smoothies, salads, soup, and more.
This is like their menu?
This is their menu.
You just want me to read the menu?
Yeah, just go through.
Okay, here we go. I Am Honest. Chickpea tuna panini. I Am Confident. Melty grilled cheese panini. I Am Fun. Peanut butter and jelly. I Am Strong. Slow roasted panini. I Am Loyal. Chickpea tuna wrap. I Am Vulnerable or valuable. Sorry. Mixed veggie wrap.
Vulnerable.
I Am Worthy. Slow roasted chicken wrap. I Am Bold. Strawberry banana smoothie. I Am Wise. Mango pineapple smoothie. I Am Brave. Blueberry strawberry smoothie. I Am Smart. Kale pineapple. I Am Unique. Kale banana. I Am Original. Chocolate banana. I Am Powerful. Chocolate banana. I Am Great. Cherry mango. These are the salads. I Am Tough. It's a slow roasted chicken salad. I Am Inspired. It's a chickpea tuna salad. I Am Healthy. It's a house salad. Oh, they got soups. It has a smiley face on the soup. I Am Successful. 5-hour tomato basil soup. This is absurd.
Dude, isn't this crazy? So then I love this. Look at this one. Obviously, like you go to get a drink somewhere and they put your name on it. But that was just what the viewer left. Kevin. Powerful. Dude, is that not hilarious? I found that and I was like, that's unbelievable.
Read what they put for bottled water.
I Am Essential.
Like, you could just call it bottled water. It literally says Ice
yeah.
Mountain on the label. Just call it what it is. Dude, I feel like I need to go eat at the Greatness Cafe.
Dude, I feel like it might be your spot. When you're feeling down in the dumps, you need to go there and get like a I Am Vulnerable or Valuable chickpea tuna wrap or something.
Just order something that's not on the menu. Like, I am depressed or something. See what they serve you. Yeah, dude, this is funny.
So there you have it. Now, interesting news. It is unfortunate. Man, crap. Let me see your iPad real quick. I wanted to show you something. But dude, I mean, did you see on the reviews? It's like 5 stars out of like 200 reviews.
That is impressive.
Is that crazy?
I just feel like I'm not going to be able to say the names. Like, when I go to Starbucks, I'm not ordering a venti. I'm ordering a large. Like, I'm not using your words. That's just my thing. Okay? So, I'm going to have a hard time going up to the counter and saying, yeah, I'll take an I Am Brave. It's like, no, I'm going to take a smoothie. You know? I don't know. What time are they? I wonder what their hours are, too. That's intriguing. I want to check them out.
It says opens 11 a.m. on Thursday.
I wonder if they're like 11 to 7 or if they're just for lunch. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, if you want to go there, I guess we could recommend them as a business, even though we don't. We've never been there, but a place is called Greatness. I think
name speaks for itself,
and it's a city of champions.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with anything here.
No, the fact that it's located in the Maslin Museum, which is a booming museum,
full of Maslin history, Laurie Lightfoot memorabilia. Take you through a tour of her childhood home.
Here, let me pull this. Oh crap!
You're sure she's from Maslin?
100%.
Dude, she's probably in the swing band.
Now we will say this, viewer. Actually, you know what? Crap! Today is September 2nd, so I did read 2. You can see the one I highlighted, but you can't. We're not subscribers to the Canton repository, but it's that one right there.
No, it's scheduled to close.
Yeah, it closed 2 days ago. So as far as we know, it's closed.
That's
hard to believe with almost 200 5-star reviews. Is that crazy?
It is, yeah.
So I don't know what the deal was. You put up pictures of Laurie?
No.
Dude, you need to just pull up a picture of Laurie. Just do Laurie Lightfoot and Sam Cassell.
Laurie Lightfoot and Sam.
SSEL.
Is there like a side by side?
You should be able to find a side by side of those two.
No, I don't see one.
Maybe Google's pulled it down. Yeah, she's kind of she's an inspiration. I think I like your idea of a mural.
Let's see. Laurie Lightfoot, named Maslin Washington High School Distinguished Citizen. Wow. Eye of the Tiger, Laurie Lightfoot, Maslin, Washington. 1980 alumni.
Yeah, so definitely a celebrity. I think that's probably our
here
celebrity.
she is with the Maslin Swing Band. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny. Earlier I said she should be in the swing band. Yep. Maybe we'll have to make this like the picture for this episode for the viewers. There you have it, guys.
Oh, that's before she started, kind of encouraging some of the different riots and all that stuff.
Dude,
she went on.
So wild.
So I have a...
You want to close us out on something?
Well, I wanted to... It's funny. So, maybe it's something... Yeah, I think this is something that the viewers could engage in. Because it is... I want to call it awareness meets unaware. So, it's funny because about 6 weeks ago, I was over here, and I don't even know if you noticed it, but in your sink of dishes, you literally had a butcher knife sticking straight up. You remember that?
No.
Just completely unaware.
Okay.
And I took a picture of it, and my wife then was like, she thought that I took a picture of our sink with the knife sticking up. And she's like, why'd you take a picture of our sink with the knife? And I was like, funny you should ask. It's not our sink. It's Justin's sink. So this was literally Saturday. She's making lunch for herself. Dinner, maybe. I'm making some other stuff for the kids and I. Look at how that knife ends up.
Just perfectly placed to slice a hand off. Yeah.
Just ready to go. Blade straight up.
Wow.
Without even trying. And here's what's funny, because I don't remember a time in my childhood that a knife blade was ever like that in the cut position. So it's literally, viewers, if you can't see it, I mean, she's got 2 pork chops and some, just that blade resting straight up. So I was just thinking about all of the stories of, there's probably things that you're aware of. And I think back to that one sales call we were on. You and I were very aware that lady had a goatee.
Yeah, 100%.
She was very unaware, and her husband was very unaware that she had a goatee.
He had to be aware, though.
You think he was?
Your wife doesn't have a goatee, and you don't know about it. Come on, Jerry. Sneaking in for a kiss, and you get some whiskers in your mouth. You don't know what's going on? Come on.
I mean, I don't want to assume that everybody's aware like that. Similar to, you didn't even know that knife was sticking straight up.
I didn't know.
My wife had no idea that her blade was sticking straight up.
Yeah.
So I think it could be a funny thing of, maybe you can comment about situations of awareness and unawareness.
Yeah. I'll try to think of some as I'm trying to spot them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's probably things that you're more in tune with that other people are not in tune with.
Yeah, some people, and I mean, I think that it goes for all of us. I think we all have natural blind spots to ourselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, there it is. Awareness meets unaware.
Yeah.
So maybe you're out there, maybe your spouse has a goatee. We don't want to assume that you're aware of it.
No.
You might just be.
So if you're a husband and your wife has a goatee,
yes.
First of all, we want to say we are for the God-ordained covenant of marriage, and it is very important. Fight for your marriage.
Yes, we are.
If you are sitting there and saying, I want to fight for my marriage, but my wife has a goatee, maybe you just slip her some Benadryl before bed and you go in a covert operation of shaving it. I don't know. I don't know what I would do in your situation. I don't know. But leaving is not the answer, and letting it go is not the answer.
No, there has to be a difference. We've got to do
something.
Something else.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you go about that? Because waxing would get the best thing. It's gonna.
You got to do laser hair removal for that.
But let's hypothetically put you in that guy's shoes. What were their names, by the way? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Let's say that, I'm sitting there across the table and you're sitting there by your wife. She's got a full goatee. And you're just having a good time chatting with me and kissing her and stuff like that. How would you handle that? Would you do the laser? Would you do waxing? Would you do shaving in the middle of the night?
I feel like I would talk to her about it.
Just say,
hey, babe.
I mean, at that point, you're lying to her because she's not a babe.
I know.
Hey, bro.
Dear, yeah. Sir. Yeah, I would just have a conversation and be like, you have a beard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's kind of, I understand, you can't do anything about it, I get it, but they do, laser hair removal stuff.
I'm all for whatever we need to do.
I know it might hurt a little bit, but I'll take you out for ice cream after if you want or something, I don't know, I don't know.
We were praying.
We were just talking about that. How there's some things, I don't know. There's you learn to overlook things in marriage,
Yeah.
right? But it's like, what are you willing to overlook?
Yeah.
There's a line for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be
Yeah.
something.
Because you know that your spouse is doing that for you as well. There's certain things that
Yeah.
you do that you're like, oh, this is normal. And to her or him, not normal.
They. Yeah. So I guess, leave it in the comments.
What are things you've overlooked?
Oh, I was going to say, what would you do with the bearded wife situation? Are you going covert at night to try to shave it? Are you going to have a conversation? Are you just going to slap some wax paper on it and run? Are you going to try naring it at night, being real gentle? Like, what are we doing here?
She wakes up and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, just rubbing your face.
Like, yeah, I only got half of it done tonight. I'm switching sides of the bed tomorrow. Get the other half. Yeah, I don't know.
She wakes up in the morning, half of it's still there, other half's off.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know. But awareness meets unaware. I thought could be a fun little thing we could bring to light.
Yeah, it's a good thought to end on.
All right, guys. Well, we love you. It's now officially Tuesday. So this has been we didn't catch you last week, but you got us for Monday and Tuesday for the pod for tonight.
We'll catch
Farmers
you guys
Market's
later.
Out.
See ya. Peace.